I started journaling because of video games. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous when I put it like that, but some of my favorite video games have really intriguing journals that give you a glimpse into the character's thoughts and development. They show you what they're really thinking instead of what's just being said in cutscenes. And eventually, I was inspired to create my own. Journals in games don't always just flatly lay out information. They let us see deeper into the character and what their thoughts are when they're completely alone. These journals include drawings, raw feelings, observations, memories, fears, photos, things they wouldn't say out loud. As the player, we are reading something that feels like we really shouldn't be, which makes these journals feel intimate. Max's journal in Life is Strange is one of the best examples. It combines her writing with her photography, doodles, emotions, and her unique sense of humor. Raggedy ass clothes. That shit always takes me out. Not only is it aesthetically pleasing, but it also gives us insight as to how she's changed throughout the game. What she writes about and how she processes events and her own emotions evolves throughout the story. In the beginning, she was very hopeful and excited to get into Blackwell Academy. As she experiences hardships and uncovers more of the hella screwed up shit going on, you see her become more vulnerable and lost. I think what inspired me about Max's journal is that it isn't just about writing what happened that day. It lets you look back at how you felt at that time in your life and see your growth. I also like drawing, so it's fun to include that in there. Which is why I really love Sean's sketchbook in Life is Strange 2 also. Sean doesn't write quite as much and shows his emotions more through his sketches. Even Daniel will draw in it sometimes, which is adorable. But based off of the drawings and how frantic the writing is, we get a deeper sense of what Sean's going through and how his thought process is. Another one of my favorite video game series is The Last of Us. Ellie's journal is another example where her drawings help her process what's going on in the world around her. In a world where modern day technology essentially no longer exists, her journal becomes one of the few outlets she has to do that, especially when it comes to her PTSD. And it's not perfect. She scratches out drawings or sentences and rewrites them. It's relatable and not something that's perfectly polished, which lets us see ourselves more in her character. I know in my own journal, I often have to rewrite things because either I become randomly dyslexic or write way too damn small. And my favorite pages aren't necessarily the cleanest looking ones, but the ones where I can really feel what I was going through at that time. Arthur Morgan's journal in Red Dead Redemption 2 documents locations, mission objectives, animals and plants he studies, and people he meets. He takes the time to document what he values, and you can tell what he values most by how much effort he puts into the drawings and entries. The cool thing about his journal is that it varies with his honor level, so it becomes personalized based on your version of him. As I said in the beginning, I was inspired by these games to create my own journal. Just like these characters I admire, I also wanted a way to document and process what was happening in my life at the time. I'm also just inspired by all the different art styles the developers gave these characters. I even wrote on my first page that I thought it'd be a good idea to just write my thoughts and things down so they don't just disappear into the ether forever and are forgotten over time. And that this will probably be a mess, but fuck it. I've mostly just ranted about work in it, but I've also processed my thoughts after finishing a game, taken time to just relax and draw, printed out some photos of maybe where I was during that entry, and overall, just many things that have allowed me to look back on it and see how I've changed. I'm mostly just showing drawings since I don't want to put what I'm actually writing in this video. Things I struggled with months ago, I've realized I've become better at, like mostly just dealing with people and certain emotions, but I've gotten better at them, and I can see that because I wrote it down. Crazy. I've also been documenting some of my music theory learning, and I like occasionally throwing in music lyrics that relate to what I wrote or drew. I feel like it's a place I can also experiment with my drawings without any pressure to make them super good. So why do we like these fictional journals in gaming, and what about them makes us feel more drawn to the characters? It's because it makes them feel like more than just a protagonist in a game. They turn them into characters we can relate to. They're people who need to process things, who make mistakes and have to cross stuff out. They can make bad drawings and still be proud of them, and they have thoughts they don't say out loud. And I think that's why these journals are so important and inspiring to players. They're proof that more is happening to these characters than what is just outwardly shown. I'm not a photographer like Max, and I'm certainly not as good at drawing as Sean or Ellie. Okay, maybe I'm on par with some of Arthur's, I'll give myself that. But I enjoy having a personal place to just be free and put down things I don't want to forget. If video games can inspire someone to do that, I think that's pretty dang cool. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it and you'd like to subscribe, that would be dope. I enjoy putting these kinds of videos together. So, of course, thank you for being here. And if you have any video game journals that you like that I didn't mention, please feel free to leave a comment. I would love to read it.